This is Gavreshan and discussion for the trailer of Fantastic Four. First steps. Reaction is now going to commence.
Wow, folks, we all know the story.
Alright, the story.
Let's head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our
Okay.
city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls.
Really, I wonder what they've done.
Pay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Herbie,
I'll need to probably rewatch this, we'll see.
Okay.
Right,
That's fantastic.
that scene.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I just said that. Are you pregnant? What?
Huh.
You're gonna be the best mom.
So we know why it's called First Steps.
Be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing is going to change.
Sure. Like you go into an entirely different universe to fight the whatever Avengers, I suppose, because there isn't currently any Avengers. As far as I'm aware. But anyway, oh?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
Okay. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen, Johnny, but anyway.
The bounds of space. And they heard.
Huh. Oh,
Are we safe?
probably not.
I don't
You're fighting Galactus, you know.
There's not enough time.
Oh, if you... What?
Giving up.
What happened? What was happening to our planet?
We will
Right,
face this
Galactus.
together. We will fight it together
Uh-huh.
as a family.
Trying to take in everything that's occurring. Ah, playing a ship, Keaton was getting
Has to be us.
squashed, I presume. Well, obviously, I highly doubt there's any other heroes on this planet, otherwise you would want their help against such a threat. Right.
We will protect you.
Sure. Sure. You will try. Oh, Galactus has shrunk himself? Okay, well, couple of things. So, the thing I said of me having a problem already with the first statement of we all know the story, etc. Right, a meta line that we don't need an origin story because everyone should be able to know them, etc. So on and so forth. And whilst I will agree with the sentiment that people like me, I watch a lot of different things. I watch superheroes, I watch anime, I watch everything that has fantasy on it, I just watched. Or any sort of unnatural element. Sure. I do feel like the general public actually does not know the story, so I'm not sure it's a good idea not to have it. And I also don't understand I guess understand the obsession with doing Galactus. But my personal problem is the Galactus should be at least... Galactus feels like a great third, maybe, yeah, frankly even later, installment movie. The later you get him in, the better, and I do understand that that comes in with issues that there is going to be so much lore established, they can pull on so many things that can help them, but that feels like the important thing, that despite all of that, Galactus is that much of a threat. Just, I don't like them starting with Galactus, and to me it feels like they're doing it precisely because most people that would know of the previous Fantastic Four movies, they would know this story, so I guess that's the idea. If they're relying on people knowing the previous Fantastic Four movies, why are you gender bending the Silver Surfer? And yes, I am aware there is a female Silver Surfer, but something that many people might not be aware, if you just want to do something different, why don't you do another Herald of Galactus, which I'm certain that's something that many people did not know about, that there is more than the Silver Surfer, there is other beings that can be used, but I don't know. We'll see how that choice is gonna go. Clearly this is in an alternative universe, so if we see Galactus again, I'm certain we're gonna be seeing the original Silver Surfer later. Maybe this one is gonna sacrifice herself to slow him down. Maybe Galactus gonna win. That's one of the biggest theories I've heard. And whilst I do think it will be very interesting to have Galactus just straight up win, I am unsure.
One eternity later.
I'm not sure exactly why they're doing it the way they are. There's a lot of decisions where I feel like it will be interesting to do the actual origin of the Fantastic Four. And if you want to give them an actual powerful villain to fight, maybe don't start with Galactus. There is many other villains they can fight, and also, after all, this is kind of supposed to lead into Doom Wars or whatever it was. I don't remember. It was something connected to Doom. But obviously enough, Doctor Doom is very connected to the Fantastic Four. Hence, I'm kind of expecting him to be a part of this, but there was no showing of him even remotely. Are they just gonna go with Fantastic Four from one universe? Obviously, there's the original MCU, and Doom is gonna be from a third universe. Which I guess it's fine because they're genuinely taking every single superhero movie they can get from every actor, every reference ever, and just stuffing them into 2 different movies so that they can make $10 billion or something like that. But it's probably gonna work, we'll see. And I don't mean the story's gonna work, I mean money wise it's gonna work for them. But the real question is gonna be, are these the Fantastic Four for the next 10 years? Or are these the Fantastic Four for this one movie? That's gonna be one of the biggest questions the MCU has to answer. How many actors make it through the not soft, but the reboot that's going to be happening? Because it is happening, it is coming 100%. Many of the characters are either permanently gonna... No, are they gonna actually have any permanent deaths? Because if they're resetting the entire universe, they can have every character, X-Men, Fireman, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers, every other team in Marvel that has ever existed, every organization actually exist at the same time in the same world, which would change so many events, including the Infinity Saga. It would be so different if different characters exist earlier on, which also leads to a question of the MCU has made some work of creating characters like Adam Warlock later than he should have been made, but sure, he is in there. Is he also going to be Adam Warlock in the next universe? I am completely honest. I know I'm kind of switching to a different thing. I know I'm kind of getting distracted and it seems like I'm going to a completely different story, but this is the MCU. It's all a connected story. Technically, I should be able to discuss all the other movies, to what are their connections to this one specifically. And yeah, talking about that, yes, it's in a different Earth, different characters, but precisely because Doom is gonna be such an important part, I sincerely doubt that they're gonna make the mistake, which for me it will be a mistake, to have Doctor Doom, who's from an entirely different universe and has no connection to this Fantastic Four. It will be another one of those decisions that doesn't make sense to me. And once again also, I feel like the Fantastic Four should have been introduced earlier, instead of having, I'll just straight up say it, instead of having majority of the movies that we've had since Infinity War, a Fantastic Four movie would have been quite much better in my eyes. It really would have been so much more interesting.
Later.
How good of a movie is this going to be? Once again, for me, it really feels like this should be at least the second or third movie, but considering this is what we've got, I hope they're able to sell us on the family dynamic of the Fantastic Four very quickly. If they're jumping to Franklin Richards, the first kid of the Fantastic Four, so quickly, you need to do a lot of work to quickly convince me that all 4 of these people really care for each other, even though they sometimes argue, but they work well together. They're one big happy family that has its issues, but will always be there for each other. It's possible for them to do it in a single movie, I just doubt it. But for now, there is a very considerate for each other, and I hope your expectations are not too great, I guess.